one. It is fairly common, but still. Oh. Unexpected. Kabi struck a third in this one as well on round number 12. It is only in the hands of Csgo to deny that 7 for Sashi.
I have another question for you.
Sure.
Let's start with, are they happy with 5 to 7 instead of 7 to 5, Passion?
Maybe not.
Maybe not, right? Yeah, it gives me the...
It all comes, comes down to how the game started. At that point, it was 4-0 for Passion.
Yeah.
And you're saying you ended the half at 5. Oof, that is a bit of a rough one.
It is. And not to mention, Demka still on 2 kills for the whole half. Only 2 kills. I cannot stress this enough. We need to see more out of the man. Csgo as well on 4. I mean, Toppa's topping them both. 2+ to go. So, yeah, Sashi right now, they're in a great spot to potentially steal this series away at a 2-0. I could see this going that far.
Interesting. I could see that for sure. But we can also find out how the second half looks. We already had like a very good start for Passion. Right, individually, of course, right, Wara was 9-0, but that's just the first 3 rounds anyway, the pistol, and then some eco farming in there as well.
From 9-0 to 11-7.
Yeah, that is still a slightly disappointing continuation, but overall, I think we have enough from Passion UA's individuals to get a decent game. As for Kvem, we're going to strike him out of this conversation, however, because he barely gets more than he had on the first half of Inferno. Had 1 kill at the first half of Inferno. Here he's got 2 for the first half on Mirage, so he doubles out
you mean Demka?
his numbers from map 1 to 2.
Yeah.
But that is definitely something that is hurting Passion at the moment.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 3 kills across a total of 24 rounds. That is disappointing.
37. Or 36 rounds, yeah.
24 rounds when it comes to half-times, right? So it's 2 full half-times where he got only 3 kills total in them.
Oh, yeah, true, of course, yeah. He
That's
did
what
have
I'm
a
so
half 10 at the end of map 1,
a whole map with just 3 kills, which is very disappointing. Demka, we gotta see more, buddy. We know you can do more. We have to see more. Sashi, meanwhile, they're hoping he doesn't prove us right or wrong. In any case, let's see. Round 13 starts off with the pistol on Sashi's side towards A side as Csgo's pushed off CT. Good molly. That staircase molly is actually really nice. Auto dies. The flank now cleared. They'll have clean hands and Passion trying to go through jungle perhaps. Yeah. Point of entry is better, perhaps, from this angle. You'll have more to work with. 4 players approaching. It's a bit of a gamble to put all 4, though. Why is Passion with all 4 there? Why are they not having at least 1 or 2 in CT, as they cannot crunch the T's? Kvem and Toppa, they sure as hell find kills, but it doesn't matter. Like, what is that, Passion? What just happened? Why wouldn't you leave 1 or 2 in CT and go, like, 2 jungle, 2 CT, have that crunch, have that chance to, crush them under the pressure, but okay. Eight to 5. Full eco, surely. Are you as shocked as me, or are you just again with the blue screen?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. For a second there, I was
here.
worried.
Sorry,
like,
I'm just, I'm a bit occupied because I do have something else going on at the same time, but
all good.
Oh, makes sense at the moment. Pistols towards B. Iceberg's lost his life after 1, and it is, oh my god, way too bloody here for this piece. How is how is this happening?
What are we watching right now? What are we watching? Passion, how do you pull this off? I don't know, but you potentially really do, don't ya? Lucky at 36, 1 bullet will suffice. Toppa.
No.
Ooh, gets headshotted, still a 1v2.
That was the one chance, surely. No other opportunity being given here. Even baiting him in.
Locking him in, yeah.
How? How does this happen?
Because they baited the first player. I don't know who was the first player out of window with the Mech 10. I genuinely can't recall right now. Iceberg, yeah. But nobody else followed him. Nobody else went out of balcony. They all stood there and just waited. Instead of going with him to overwhelm the numbers of the USBs they have on site, they baited each other and they lost the round because, well, that was a debate move. Round 15, 8-6. Fashion, they're given full eco victory. Okay, I guess. That's kind of super disappointing, not gonna lie. I expected better out of Sashi. Hot mess. Ooh, spotting the player in con though. Seeing that leg of his teammate almost giving him the itch to shoot. You see what really rocks my, like what really grinds my stones, shall we say, the old-fashioned way, is...
Sure, going back to the Stone Ages, yeah?
Yeah, because that's exactly what we did here, the logical process of it. Sashi have a full buy. Instead of going like this, slow and steady, with that full buy, where they would expand through mid against USBs easily and take control of the map and the game and the round, they rush B on a full buy. And now, with Tech 9s and a single Galil, they make an A-split attempt. Can you please shine some light on that one for me, please?
They tried, they failed. We move on. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you. Let's not dwell on the past, let's see the future. It's
I mean, the
eco.
past in this case is what has given Passion a way back in here. It's that, it's just a round to be, and that's it. Lost it, now Passion chance to tie things up instead. Talking about the individual power as well, Demka, he is thankfully playing toward the B side, which often cases leads to a little bit less action, but he is a short player, so rotation's still going to be inbound and needs to figure out how he can still be effective when he is having a tough day. Toward the A side, the Pistols have managed to found 2 kills. And it ends at 2. One plan to either. The round is Passion. They've tied things up here. So while they may not got that 7-7 half, or 7-5 half they were looking for instead, they've eventually still found themselves a decent enough place in the game to have grasped onto. That was a little bit later than they were hoping for, but in the end, here they are. Looking for the lead.
Let's see if they take it. Quem pushing lower as well. That's a nice little idea. Might actually surprise whoever's going to... Oh, that's 2 players. Never mind. Quem jumping from the frying pan into the fire here. Sashi get the entry. And surely they'll come down here. They don't need to... They don't need to overcommit. They don't need to be overzealous. They've got still a good 80 seconds almost on the clock, and that is plenty enough to make a play work. Csgo finds Cabby though. It's pit cleared, and surely that will call for rotations as Topa through short will still find a kill. Trading off is lucky in pit, but it's a 2v2. Do they know about Demka? The man of the hour. He's got 4 kills to his name. He had 2 on the first half. The second came tough, but 5th one easy. 1v2 for Lucky. Takes the nade as well. Topa from Con. This is going to be a tough one. And a near impossible one, I'm afraid to say. Yeah. Number 9.
Number 9. They find themselves the lead from this one. Lucky, only so much he's able to do.
First timeout. Takes them long enough to get to it, but we'll see a mini investment here. This is where I wouldn't mind a B rush, an A rush, a mid rush, a short rush, underground rush, a main A rush, a B split. I don't know. Whatever you want to do it. You know, to your heart's content. Jump out of Palace. Go for the waterfall. See if it works. But when on gun rounds, you know, it feels like such a waste, especially on maps like Mirage and Inferno, where we know, you know, going out of Palace or Inferno apps or going out of B apps here on Mirage is always going to be a death sentence for the majority of the players doing it. It's an A play, and they will be trying this fully. Let's see if it works. A few smokes, a few flashbangs, Mech 10s, and Tech 9s, and a lot of hope. Perhaps a lot of copium as well.
A little bit of copium, I'd say. Not all too much. Love that smoke. Lets you cross a bit safer, but it also lets the CT side have a bit more safety in here as well. There's a bunch of things happening.
How?
Doesn't know who to shoot. The site, the hold, the defense. It stands here for the side of Passion UA. Last man under balcony. Like Sports Waro right above the smoke. Bomb still needs to be picked up. He's not even thinking about ramp, but if that's the case,
It's
round
already
of
done.
10, it will be coming through here.
Dude, Topa is really good right now. He is owning the server. 16 kills. The man is enjoying his game. And Quem, not to mention Quem. Quem is a whole different story in itself. The fact that he survives for as long as he does here is insane. And in the end, Passion UA steal, well, not steal, but guarantee themselves number 10. Now 2 rounds in the lead, forcing Sashi on another timeout. There will be no AWP for Sashi, so perhaps the plan changes here. Go a bit more steadily. But it seems like Passion is ready to take us to Anubis, dude. Map 3 is waiting.
Let's see. Passion, they're trying to get us there. Not all too difficult and not all too unlikely in this scenario either. Getting to see Passion and the individuals awaken. This to them as well as Topa, who's actually up there again. We talked about him as well every now and then having these decent games. Map 1 just kind of blended in with the rest there, but now he's having a bit more of a standout show almost. But lucky, I'm loving this play he's made. It has led to the fall of Csgo, a slight moment where Zypher and Iceberg can try to trade each other out, but with this arrest, or most of Sashi as well, having walked out of the A site, left more uncertainty. When the connector taken down, and it's on short, that's going to be Demka still standing. Lots of eyes on him, and for a reason, he needs to have a good second half here.
This is vital.
In such a powerful position, in such an important position as short, he plays that rotation. He spotted Iceberg at least. Polly tags him up a fair bit. Becky as well, having found it out. Waro leaves Topa as a question mark.
Do they expect
have no
another player?
information on him.
This is going to be insane.
Info kind of be split. He's trying to hide it as well. He's playing it so smartly with that positioning. And one more to go. It's falling to Topa to take down these last few. For Passion, you thank the IGL. For Sashi, you blame the opponent's IGL. But it started off so well. It's taken an overextension. It's taken an extra duel when you don't have to there, especially when it comes to short, for example, there, right? Cavi spotted on short, or spotting Dem counter short.
Yeah.
They know he's there. They don't need to. You already saw as well. They had that Molotov. They could have dealt with.
They had a
with
player
him that way as well. Never did.
Under window that could have jumped bench and engaged short.
Zyphon tries to walk the edge of the smoke and get spotted immediately as well. Is Passion given these, or giving up these entries that otherwise would have made them have an insane pinch on the A side?
Here comes the B take though. Another attempt, and it's going to be all eyes on the first contact. Demka holding. He gets one. He's going to be re-peeking soon. Support coming in through the rest of the CTs through window. It's going to be Topa with a double. Topa has done it again. Demka with a second of his own. It's enough. Zyphon, one-man army. It's not enough unless he is going to be a monsterful one. And it's over. I think map 2 is done. There's a very much 0% chance almost of Sashi making a big return here. They seem to have been defeated. Not just on the server, but perhaps more psychologically here. They seem to have them in a sort of trance. They just repeat the same mistakes time and time again.
is causing a couple of issues here, but let's see.
4 rounds in a row,
come back because we are seeing the structure there for them, yes, but
Yes.
when it actually comes to finishing these rounds in good style, that's a problem. But even that last round as well, it's Topa who sneaks in there to find those two. That is a massive round for him. Yet again, showcasing what he can do when he's let off the leash, or when Topa says, Topa, go kill. It is working. Cabby, you are not, you're sleeping.
Solo, man. Solo from Palace peeking into A without any contact. That's crazy. And now the rest are coming through pit. What is this timing? Why are you peeking 1 by 1? Come on, Sashi. You know better than that. It's over. It's done. This is map over.
Yeah, this is a poor T-side ending here, unfortunately for the Danish side. It's like we've already seen as well Passion playing these advanced positions, balcony, under balcony as well. Still, they don't think about it. They're not ready for it. That's that first opening for Cabby. Given away, and from there it just falls apart. T-side, we already had issues with these on both teams as Inferno, right? Here, it is Sashi unable to complete much of their own T-side, and thus it leads to, guess what? A flawless second half. Passion. What is that, 9 rounds in a row? 7 rounds in a row, something along those lines, 7, 8?
Sashi won the pistol, and then, yeah, afterwards, they didn't get anything else. They lost the second full eco, like, against the full eco towards the B-rush. That's what I said, like, why would you do that? But Sashi do what they want to do, and they lose. It's Anubis' third and final map coming up, Nexus. We have about, what, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe, hopefully. And then Anubis. I don't know what to expect, honestly.
I don't know. Let's find out after the break.
选择战士、法师还是猎人？好吧，在 RBN Online 中，您不必选择，没有任何职业限制。板甲配上一把法杖和一面盾牌，为什么不呢？穿着华丽的长袍，一手拿着十字弓，另一手拿着饮料。当然，兔子套装以巨大的切肉刀。如果您真的想这么做的话，请记住，您最终看起来多么可笑并不重要，重要的是您有多擅长把其他玩家打得屁滚尿流。下载 RBN Online，并创建您真正想要的角色。
we have returned. Map number 3 here, ladies and gents. Welcome to Anubis. This... Wasn't sure if we were going to get this for a while, but then the T side completely shut down from Sashi on Mirage, and here we are.
Once again,
starting on that T side. Name is Nexus, joined by Overseard. And at the pistol, it is almost gone. It's down to the last 2 on both sides. 2 or 3, sorry. Close enough. One planted, play the post planted now, and away into main.
It seems like it's gonna do here. Lucky and Iceberg. Tough position, low HP. Lucky finds Quem. Still gonna be a 2v2 though, without Kevlar. And on low HP, Lucky's as good as dead. They press the bomb, try to get the attention. They don't peek yet. They take the opportunity here to potentially waste another few seconds. They do, but it's not enough. Demko with a double. He'd been quiet all series long. We didn't get to see him in his best, or at his best, even close. Like I said, 24 rounds, a total of 3 kills amongst the 24 rounds. So 2 halves, 1 of each map. And today, already right here on the start of Anubis, he gets 3, man. This is great news. Finally, we see Demka to perform.
Good to see at least a glimpse of him now, but there's still a lot more that is needed from him, so hold your breath just a while longer. We'll see if he can get to that or not. A round or 2 so far in terms of the grand scheme of things for me is not going to change all too much. But
not yet, yeah.
Second round. Guns out. Is the fun out?
I guess we're about to find out. Toppa. Oh, Toppa again. Big ups for Toppa. A hat trick. Damn. Toppa has come to today. We'll take no prisoners. They're cleaning them up, brother. Sashi, they do get a bomb plant. That's great, but Passion is just on another level. They seem to have truly warmed up finally.
A little bit early, maybe. We'll see. They're still getting these bombs down on the side of
yeah, but
Sashi as well. The one thing I am worried about, however, is that they let this get too heated and too tunnel visioned into saying we get the bomb down for a bit of loss bonus, and they just keep going at that, and they've yet again force spot here. So I am now getting that slight worry that they may not slow down at all, and are just tunnel visioned essentially into this.
You're not wrong to be worried. Absolutely, I agree with you. You are correct to think twice about it, but we have to admit that right now it's looking really, really, really good. And the way they engage, the way they find these engagements is quite surprising in its fact. In any case, let's see where we go. Iceberg and Becky, they refrag. It's back to a 3-on-3. They're able to catch some slack and get on track. Let's see if Gabby, Zyphon, and Becky can make this possible for Sashi. They're first. Bomb still dropped towards T-base, though. Few question marks for that one.
What else?
Oh, Graham.
Big trades down to the last few. Yet again on both sides. Try to make this one work here, but Cct side as well going aggressive here. Jagasmo just wants to know what map or what part of the map is available to them. What he can get away with. Dopa tucking himself into the corner now, but it has come to an end here. They've backed off, walked elsewhere.
Good nade.
The hopes and dreams. Topa, him gone, naded into oblivion.
Down to Jagasmo, man. He's the star rifler, or used to be at least for a time period. Let's see if he can showcase some of that again. It's a 1v2, not impossible. The molly is good. It's gonna... It bounces just a little bit, but still forces Becky out of position. Now Jagasmo has a proper chance. The flash goes high, but he goes before it pops, and Kabi is able to take a fight on equal terms. Bit of a high ground advantage as well. It's enough to turn it on its head. Round 1 for Sashi, but a far cry from big success yet, though good turnaround.
Yes, it is. Making use of that as well, because I really am afraid in those situations where just tunnel visions and you only force by and only do that one thing, thinking you're so close to breaking that economy, why not go for it? Here I'm happy to see at least that we do get this different side now when it comes to what it is that we get from Sashi. That victory converted, but still strike back from Passion UA, and immediately the AWP of Waro 2K gets a little bit of action.
Very good entry. Very good spot on. Waro 2K looking for more potentially. Fighting towards canals and cup burning. Bit of sound cues, but nothing Sashi's capitalizing upon. They're preparing for the B take. It's down to Csgo again to survive. Waro will help, but he's a step or two away right now, and he has to check Als again. There is a player in the potential flank. Icebergs, he take the fight. He does, but loses. Waro. That's an excellent double. All of a sudden, you have the advantage for Passion. It's a 3v5. B entries denied. Through the smoke they go, and unfortunately, spelled doom it is. 3-1. Lucky just looking to save. It's best you can do here.
Surely at this point as well, Passion let him save, or don't hunt at least too aggressively. For which Demka will say he'll take him down. And that's going to be enough, right? At this point, Passion, they've done enough here. Sashi, they've got lost mode at 2.4k. 1 eco here. You've got to buy next round. Surely the only option they have available here. And seemingly that is it. Desert Eagle, P250, that's the only thing they've bought there for Lucky Iceberg. You know, that, nothing. So,
okay.
Perfect chance for Passion to stabilize their economy.
It is. Opportunity here arises, round 5. It's going to be Passion a chance at a freebie to keep all 5 alive, get the bank going. We talk often about economy, you often have to keep it in check. And on Anubis, it couldn't be truer because it is a heavy T-sided map, so you're expecting losses on the C side regardless of how well it goes. I guess it's going to be Demka put to the test here.
Oh, what?
That was a wall bang?
Yeah,
with
through the whole wall.
Yeah, I don't know how that goes, but Demka supported by Quem. It should be enough, perhaps.
Oh, no.
Quem gets
Nope.
headshotted.
Not anymore. That dink makes things a little bit awkward because he has to force his way back out. As utility, but nothing to stop the bomb plant itself, just making this retake easier. This USP is not clean. Close your eyes, pretend that doesn't happen. Oh, maybe we laugh at it instead. Point and laugh. Look at that USP, it doesn't work.
I mean, it's a broke USB, come on. It happens. It's the wrong skin. That's the problem for sure. Because clearly with Waro, there's nothing wrong. He's already got 7 kills. His aim is on point. But round 6, Ashi, full buy. They got a bomb plant, so utility will be prepared, shall we say. But they gotta cook something, man. This is looking bleak. No salt, no pepper, no taste right now, it seems like. One round.
Well, this is the perfect chance.
This is the chance, for sure. Spice things up.
Iceberg.
Good start.
Already adds a little bit of salt through this one.
គ្រប់យ៉ាងអ្នកឃ្លាន Food Panda ដឹកជូនលឿនតាន់ចិត្តតោះកុំអងអីលើនេះ
Iceberg, third one. So far it's only him with the kill feed.
Looks easy when he does it.
I would have liked to see him go a bit closer toward the side because he's just going to give this AWP back to Passion for free. Just a matter of when, right? It's Csgo, he walks out, Demka forces the trade, surely, and that's maybe the 4K coming through, depending if Csgo wants to give it. No. But at this point, you're still not expecting Demka. Flipped the net.
Oh, he turned. Oh,
Doesn't
he
spot
didn't see him. He didn't see him.
That's
Oh,
one.
that was good.
And he's done.
Ooh, beautiful by Zyphon.
Casualties just one. That is a great round for Iceberg. Forcing his way through mid, had a teammate as well to assist in the duels, and from there on out, it is a problem with Woro getting caught out. Not even thinking about that bridge, which is a massive surprise to me, considering how much control Sashi had there.
I was about to say, yeah, like they
He just
literally
kind of
pushed,
gambled on the fact that they would let him go unimpeded.
which is a weird gamble because usually that will never happen. But yeah, if maybe he thought that they would continue pushing towards A, that he had a chance to, scramble towards main. Water 2K though again begins strong. He's got his entry already. The open play once more. Passion's previous successes were able to secure them a decent enough of a attempt here. Oh, no way you this. This is a crazy challenge, Topa. Surely you have to be aware. Oh, what? Oh, Water 2K hits another. He saw the offer. Now Wara will take the fight. Lucky's in trouble. Oh, the bait.
Oh.
He's trying to bait him. Turns around. Lucky, he couldn't know. He couldn't know if they're pushing A main. Such a tough position. Tried to do what he could, but unattainable goals. And yeah. Crazy round. Topa, that is either the luckiest or the best timed attempt I've ever seen in my life, because it literally gives the perfect opportunity to Woro. They see Topa, they start shooting, they're focusing on that close angle. Meanwhile, Woro just steps in and takes the first shot. Topa with the surprise hello, and it's done.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like
say
that.
that's a lucky break for him.
I don't disagree. Like I said, it's one or the other. Regardless, he succeeds, and that's what matters right now.
Passion striking back. 5-2 Cct half.
Strong so
Looking
far.
very strong at the moment. Far from over as of yet.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to as well Anubis, we know it's in the wheelhouse. They've played plenty of this.
The Wheel of Fortune. Spin it, see what you win.
Well, currently, they've won another entry. War, I think, is now 4-0 when it comes to entries. Just the first kills over the round itself. Not the actual entries for when he's got a chance.
Yeah,
First
yeah,
kill
yeah.
of the round, he's opened them up 50% of the time.
Beautiful.
And they've gone all possible. has yet to lose that opening duel.
Yup, really serving its perk the way it's supposed to.
Being aggressive, making a difference here for the CT side. And my problem as well here is for Sashi is that we've essentially every single round, except for now this one, we've seen Woro going for it from canals in their game. Little change up now that they finally did. Woro still waiting. Oh, back at A and back to square one for Sashi. You try to change it, you try to walk elsewhere, it doesn't matter. He's everywhere.
That was a bit of a tough one to see because it speaks louder than anything else, right? Louder than words, the action itself. Sashi, like the attempt, sure, you try it, but it's somehow just not enough. You lose 2 players too soon, and what gets me every single time is how much they slow down, right? We saw this problem on Inferno a few times, even losing them rounds because of that. So, even on Mirage, I believe there were at least 1 or 2 rounds where Sashi probably could have prevailed if they had not, been far, far too slow for their own good. But surely attending to that soon. Right now, though, an eco. So a 7-2 already halftime for Passion is looking perfect in the eyes of the Ukrainians. Again, 5th round, entry secured. And yes, eco, sure, but regardless, an entry's an entry. 14 kills. Woro is having a splendid time. Great support by Csgo. Topai is also fragging like mad this series. Passion has come to win and secure a title potentially. Becky, excuse me, does get Demka. Who, in all fairness, has had a very tough time first 2 maps, but here opened up nicely, though right now lagging behind a bit.
That is a hell of a CT side. Now, at 5-2, I was already saying, yeah, that's good enough. Very strong. Even if it would have ended at 5, they would have been A-okay with that sort of thing. And now they've given Sashi a rough treatment.
Yeah, it's a beatdown, not a rough treatment. Rough treatment would be 6-6, let's say a 5-7 for Sashi. A 7-2 and another entry secured. 6th entry in a row for Passion to be secured, I think, overall. Nonetheless, oh, Becky and Iceberg both going to walk through this angle. Demka, he smells it. He knows that something's wrong. That nade is going to hit true.
Headshots, watch out. M4, prime position. But Clem will trade. Demka lost his life, but the site still holds, and with 11 HP on Becky as well, he's not going to try to force that too much either. However, here in mid, a lucky break. Pun intended. Lucky entry. Not secured.
His audio cues are a little bit delayed. I guess he has some music perhaps playing in the background. Round a triple of quad. What? Quem? He'd already picked up 4. Becky's the last man. Low HP. He's got 30 seconds. That Molly's going to ring through at least, forcing Quem into the smoke. Oh, but he pushes through and it's the ace.
What?
This is insane. He just forgot about player in heaven. Man just aced. My man just aced. Like, this is mad.
That is
absolutely mad. 8-2. So yeah, I guess this is disappointing a little bit. Oof. Pushing through the molly.
Oh my god.
Just lets loose a spray. 2 kills, plenty enough. Now the rest of his teammates just have to stay alive, and that's what they'll do here.
Maintain the advantage.
Yeah, maintain that
connector. Don't let them walk through.
Yeah. So whenever Becky decides to pull back, he's about to die if he doesn't go heaven.